Radical.
Kenny's been away for a couple years, but I think he has a message for the people that remember him and all his greatness. The Birdman.
Got a message for everybody.
E-banking has gotten a lot better since 2020, 2021.
Okay.
When we last talked, there's no more e-banking. Everyone pretty much came up and they said, collectively, we agree that it's wrong to take donations from our own. I'm just kidding. It's even worse. It's gotten worse with the sympathy. You remember the Metal Jesus basement leak scan? How can we ever forget, Kenny?
We can't forget that.
Remember how
that was the biggest one.
Remember when we had that upload, how your basement got flooded? Mm-hmm. And you didn't get even one donation. Ain't that terrible?
And it's still flooding.
Still flooding. It still needs donations. But how do you feel about, there's one person, I won't bring her up, or them up. How do you feel about female YouTubers that use their friends and buddies to get more views than men who don't have these assets to, How do you feel about that?
People are reaching now. They're reaching to get every view and like and subscribers they can. So they're reaching, they're trying everything they can to get that, is it right or wrong?
Well, what would you say if this person actually is not self-aware that she has a lot of male followers and simps because she happens to hang out the girls to dry,
Right.
It's one thing to actually, it's be kind of funny if you're self-aware and be like, I plop some everywhere, Wait, that's Wood Hawker. I just went into a Wood Hawker. You remember the guy who used to put on makeup?
Oh my God.
And take little gifts from kids? Yeah, he still does.
Oh, wow.
But no, this one, since I've last talked to you, we talked about, Metal Jesus and then John Hancock and all these individuals. There's been a wide, not so wonderful world of people I've come across. And this is one person, her and her husband, who do uploading, gaming uploads on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And what happened recently was she had an upload titled, I'm Scared. And it was her being really scared in the thumbnail. And she was scared because she was being, I think, extorted for some money because she used an image. The details, Kenny, I'm to be honest here. Some of my subscribers can fill you on the details. Right. Basically, she talked about how she didn't know she'd have $600 to pay. She was scared that she didn't know she could have the money to pay. And in the background, you see Seaman. Well, there's a Dreamcast game. You remember Seaman?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that. You see a Wonder Swan. You see various Sega games, all boxed, looking pristine. And people were leaving comments like, hey, how about you basically take those to a pawn shop or eBay and you get the $600 up. Right. And then there's another YouTuber called The Quartering. Some of us call him The Sortering. But he pitched in and said like, hey, I'm going to give her the money, the $600. He come in, like Superman, like a hero. Meanwhile, her Patreon exploded, probably like a lot of her simps explode whenever they watch one of her thumbnails. There's some people walking by, so we have to be real careful on the volume. But basically, what's your thoughts on this situation as I've described it to you so far?
I don't know. It seems like that since that guy stepped up, then everybody else stepped up. Maybe it was a plot. I don't know.
Here's a good idea.
Maybe it's a plot. He's like, well, I'm going to step up. And then everybody said, oh, well, he's doing it. Well, I'm going to do it.
Well, the thing is, he had a big following. And I think behind the scenes, they were kind of in cahoots. Because he has a big following.
That's what I'm thinking.
She has a big following. He gets to be seen as a hero. And then he possibly gets kind of like a subscriber swap.
Right.
He gains a little bit of subscribers from her. She gains some from him. They scratch each other's back.
Right.
Maybe he gave her the money because he'd like to scratch more than her back, maybe the front. Here's the weird thing. She is married, and many of my subscribers bring up at the comment section how weird it is, for two people that, number one, they just got back from vacation.
And they both do gaming
uploads on YouTube.
Separate channels?
The one is somewhat well off, I would say, on YouTube. Does reasonably well. Not one of the big, giant YouTubers, but pretty good. Enough to where he can go on several vacations a year, that I've been told. And they just got back from vacation. I think in Britain they call it maybe holiday. I don't know.
Maybe they spend a little too much money on vacation.
Maybe they spend a little bit too much money on that. See, you're picking up things that I wouldn't have picked up.
Yeah.
Maybe they spent maybe $600 that they didn't want to spend on vacation, but this actually did happen with to my knowledge, with the artwork and whatnot, how she used it in one of her uploads. She used someone else's artwork, and they're trying to extort her for money, which is bad.
Right.
But I kind of focus on the other end of it, which is, okay, you're in the wrong because you use someone's artwork on your monetized uploads that you're making money off of. A person, not a corporation, not Sega, not Nintendo, but you used it from a person without their express consent or go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can I borrow your artwork?
Yeah.
They just pretty much stole it.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, some people might see it as fair use, but she's not the victim here. I'll tell you why she's not the victim, is because let me explain to you like this. One key part about this upload, when I first started talking about this, I didn't know, is she used pictures of her own children in the upload to get sympathy. Basically to show, like, I have these kids and, I'm at a loss here, and people can call me out in the comment section for not going through the entire 30-minute upload of hers, but people filled me in. She used pictures of her kids, and then as a sign of guilt, she deleted the upload. So it sounds like she got rid of the upload, and she moved on to the next upload talking about gaming like nothing ever happened. Thing is, though, she has new patrons from it, and also after that, Quartering came out and said he would pay for it. So my question is, let's say if the Quartering, who's a much bigger YouTuber than her, makes a lot much more money than her, if her or her own husband can't pay the $600, then why should her own audience be chiming in? Oh, I'll become your patron today. Hey, right. you make good uploads anyway, so I should have. It was a drive to get Patreon donators. It was a drive for sympathy, and most importantly, I think it was one of those YouTube events to get views and interaction. Right. Which is further going to grow her brand, her channel, whatnot. But it kind of backfired because people saw it right through it when she used her kids, which was really, really tacky in it.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Maybe, she did it wrong, and that's why she had to get rid of the evidence, delete the video. Okay. But,
the video's already out there. I mean, come on, just...
People can download, people have downloaded it.
Oh, yeah.
They have a memory of it. But yeah, how would you feel if another man, Kenny, was paying your wife, giving her $600? But yeah, Kenny, that's a great point. You would feel kind of weird, uneasy if another man's giving your, wife
money,
large sums of money.
A large sum of money,
And even if I was on YouTube, I would feel uneasy if a lot of men were patrons of my wife, giving her large donations and donation tiers. I'm not sure what her tiers are. Now, many people bring up OnlyFans, and she gets incredibly offended. She got mad at me. Kenny last year called me a lunatic, lots of different names, because I pointed out that she actually was not really seriously angry that people were suggesting she get on OnlyFans.
Right.
She was not. She loved the attention. Women in general love the attention, especially women that keep their stuff kind of hanging out in the thumbnails. It's very obvious she wants attention, and her husband does not mind her getting attention from males. It's good business for them, right?